Senate has ordered the arrest of the managing director of Julius Burger PLC for failing to appear before its committee on works to explain the stalled execution of the ITU-ODUKPANI highway contract. The decision followed a point of order raised by Senate Minority Whip Senator OSITA NGWU, who had in his motion urged his colleagues to approve an order of arrest against Julius Burger's managing director for snubbing invitations.
The Senate recalled that in furtherance of the investigative hearings, Julius Burger Nigerian PLC has neglected and refused to honor invitations to provide details of their role in the ODUKPANI ITU highway project, despite receiving substantial public funds amounting to over 18 billion naira. Mr. President, the Senate resolves to condemn the refusal of Julius Burger Nigerian PLC and other entities to honor the lawful invitations of the Senate, which constitutes content of the National Assembly and undermines the National Assembly's constitutional authority. Invoke the constitutional powers of the National Assembly as provided in Section 89(1)(c) and (d) of the 1999 Constitution to issue a warrant of arrest to compel the attendance of the Managing Director of Julius Burger Nigerian PLC at the rescheduled investigative hearing.
This is as the majority of senators who also took turns expressed frustration over the Julius Burger Nigeria Limited refusal to honor the Senate's invitation.
Julius Burger, even though they may have their origins outside this country, can never try what they are doing in Nigeria, in Germany or wherever in Europe they originate from. It behoves on this Senate that we establish and utilize the powers and the constitutional powers that are given to us to invite the gentleman, the managing director of Julius Burger, to appear before us so that we can look into this matter and give it the necessary conclusion. You will invite a minister of Federal Republic of Nigeria. Some of them will not listen to the chairman of your committee, Mr. President. And enough is enough. We should query these ministers and ask Mr. President to drop them. How can a chairman of a committee be looking for a minister for 2, 3 days, 4 days, they will not answer phone? So they are doing the same thing Julius Burger is doing. We have to use our powers. Thank you, Mr. President, for giving me this opportunity to voice how I feel this morning. I feel like fighting, but I can't fight.
Committees of the National Assembly can invite a contractor. Why? If the minister has failed or the ministry has failed, we approve the funds and we want to see value for money. We want to see economy. We want to see prudence in the way and manner our funds that we appropriated are utilized.
Who is this contractor that is so powerful? More than the federal government, more than EFCC, more than all the agencies that are put in place to deal with people who are involved in criminal embezzlement of public funds. So I submit, sir, that everything we have said of Julius Burger, we should say even more to the Ministry of Works that awarded the contract. There is no evidence they have the power to revoke the contract, and they have the power under the law to get that part of the payment for which they have no work, to recover that money to public treasury and award the contract to another contractor under clear terms of contract execution.
President of the Senate, Senator OSITA, while ruling on the resolution, said the Senate is prepared to fully back actions that hold contractors accountable.
If we have power to appropriate, we have power to oversight. We also have powers to follow the money to the letter. My opinion is that the discussion is totally unnecessary. We should have used 5 minutes to finish with this issue. The Senate has no business discussing a contractor. This also shows evidence of proper supervision by the ministry. So what we are going to do is that since we have summoned the company and the company has rebuffed the summons of the National Assembly by implicating the Senate, then we should immediately take the next step of issuing a warrant of arrest to compel the managing director of JB to appear before the Senate committee. And then you fix a date. Those in support of this say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.